Say a thing? What thing?
I need to stop.
Say a thing? What thing?
Oh my god. Guys, we're alive.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I picked the wrong time. My cat just tried to open my door. Not a cat.
Not a cat.
Thank you. It was the quesadilla, man.
Welcome back.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to 20-Sided Archives, Chapter 1, Chronicles of Umaria. Chronicles of Umaria, Chapter 1, Shadow Falls. Oh my god, one of these days I'll get it right. I am joined...
No, that's the charm.
I am joined, as always, by these three lovely chuckle fucks. Jared, who plays Devin Winterfall.
Howdy.
Casey, who plays Redwood of Velico Dravo.
Quesadilla.
Oh my god. I don't know if that picked up.
I hope it did. I popped up.
And Brian, who plays Chisel Havard.
I has maidens. I'm going to get maidens.
Oh my god. And we are here for episode 21 of this adventure and this journey. Last, where we had left off, the group had spent some time recovering from the events that led to the loss of Redwood's arm, to sort of decompress and kind of get things underway. Chisel had met the two most eligible out of the Bulbit family for him to marry the other day. That same day. Seven made a bunch of magic items in his free time.
No longer make any more.
He can no longer make any more until he breaks them.
Bad.
And Redwood had an encounter where he spoke to the goddess Ithis in physical form of a cat. And then
That tracks.
and then ushered the other two into Chisel's workshop space in order to discuss important information that would potentially help in restoring the dragon companion of Redwood in order to reverse his corruption from Blight. We now return to this moment right after. Brian, that wisdom effect is no longer in play. So the moment she disappears, you are no longer under that charm effect.
What happened?
There is just a single like ash thing of ash and like a puff of soot on the ground from where she once was. Shrub is still on her back on Chisel's bed in the workshop, legs still sticking straight up and still very much stuffed from the over excessive amounts of bacon that Chisel had fed her earlier. And so we reconvene in this moment. You have been given information that is detrimental to the survival or the downfall of Olnar? I always forget his name.
He's my father. Learn it.
Father figure.
Father figure.
I couldn't be Dragonborn, so I settled for the next best thing. Olron.
Olron. I need to write that down somewhere.
But write that down. That would probably be a good idea.
That is a very good idea. It is here in this moment. There's silence, the ominous reality of what is to come finally settling over you, because Redwood, as far as you're aware, you only know of 2 dragons within Umaria still. One, not currently accessible, and the other, just on the other side of the mountains that you and your friends have been taking up refuge in. So hunting a dragon will not, in the very least, be easy, and it will become even harder with the fact that the blight has infected him. So,
Doesn't help that we're also going to its lair, too.
so.
That actually makes things very funny. Because that means Redwood's been to the mountains before. And has been bullshitting everybody.
I don't
Yeah.
actually, Redwood, if you would like to remember or recall if this is indeed Olmar's lair, you are free to roll for that.
Ulron. Like Ultron with no T.
Olron! Oh my god! You would think I remember how to name my own NPCs.
You
You
have
think?
so many.
Evan. Actually wasn't that long ago when you had interacted with Olron before you continued traveling in your quest to understand the full capabilities of your fire.
What
The
is a
mount-
dozen years to an elf?
The mountains are not, in fact, Olron's lair. They are just close to his lair. But you
Fabulous.
were not
Okay.
bullshitting when you said that you've never been to the mountains. You genuinely have never been to the fucking mountains. But you're all in this space together. What do you do? Do you speak to each other? What's going on? What's going on in everyone's heads here?
As Steven's messing with the twig and bone fake glasses he made when he was big brained, he's like, so, the Redwood, this, dragon, you know him, eh?
Yes, I do know him. Please don't shoot him.
Considering he's a friend of yours? Yeah, this is no normal hunt, so yeah. Won't shoot right off the bat. But you know, if he tries to kill us, all bets are off.
I do have a request of you, though.
Hey?
Shoot him.
Shoot him.
We are now looking farther into the blight, and we're looking to work preventatively. Hopefully so my friend actually survives. If you find any more corrupted beasts, could you bring them to me?
Steven holds his finger up Trevor for a moment, like a hush hush. So wait. You're asking me to go out and find the blight and kill the little beasties?
Yes.
I'm glad I can come around to that, mate. Alright, so I just need to get some my bow and my arrows. Oh, I gotta get back to my room.
I think I've just unleashed a mass extinction event.
Hey, it's the blight.
You may just have done exactly that.
It's the blight. It's gonna kill us either way.
My question to you then is, well, actually, I think this is more Shrub's question to you. As she finally sits up and she kind of rolls onto her stomach finally, and she's just like, "I think I ate too much.
It looks like you ate too much.
Blame the small one." She just kind of.
I am.
You're smaller than me.
Shut up. My question is, what is the plan now? Obviously, we can't keep staying here. We have to hunt a dragon. But there's
We
also
have to.
Chisel's problem. What are we doing?
I think we have the power and authority to put things on hold for a little bit, considering how Ithis showed up and a monster ripped my arm off. I think we have a little bit of leeway to tell these people to chill out for a hot minute.
Okay. If that's what we're doing, we're gonna go hunt a dragon?
We're not hunting him.
But that, like, we need to track him down, right? That's hunting.
We are finding him.
You just hear from the echoes of Thevin down the hall. No, she's right. It's hunting.
Evan, go do something else.
Yeah. Already on it.
Excellent. Wonderful.
What? You caused this.
So my question...
Chisel, are you all right putting everything on pause? We don't know
Oh,
how long
I'm
this mission will be.
absolutely terrified to get married. So yes, let's put this on pause.
Well, fantastic. We have the perfect excuse of a god.
So I guess... So what does everyone do to prepare for the journey ahead?
I have nothing to prepare. I literally have just my hand.
I mean, like... Chisel. You have to talk to Bulbit and inform him that you are, in fact, unable to proceed with the wedding. That is not
Chisel,
something
who
you
do I
can
need to talk to?
What?
Who do I need to talk to put this on hold?
Well, currently my soon-to-be father-in-law.
Fantastic.
His name's...
Which of them is he?
He's the old one named Bulbit. He carries the walking stick.
I carry a walking stick.
But yours is different. Yours is like part of your hammer. His is like an actual stick that he uses to walk with.
Fantastic. I'll look for the older one with a walking stick. That can't be hard in a cave full of generations. Alright.
I am going to go help Redwood.
Yeah, okay. So Redwood, you're searching for you are searching for Bulbit himself in specific. Roll me investigation.
With advantage.
With
so I am
advantage.
helping.
Intimidation. 8.
That is... You are looking for him.
No, that's a woman.
They all... You just hear... They all look the same.
I'm looking for a staff in, like, people with walking sticks, and it's like I see a stick there that could be them over there, or it could be them. Don't know.
Have...
By the way, Shrub, that
Yeah.
was very racist.
They do, though! You
No,
look the same!
no, we don't.
All the old...
From this height, all I see is hair.
So...
I just...
So, if you would like, Shrub can roll an investigation check. She will not necessarily have advantage, but she can roll one.
Could I roll perception? Because I currently still have my headband active.
Yes, you may roll perception.
10.
Okay.
Perception is wisdom. I'm opening all of the wrong pages.
7.
7.
All right. So, Chisel, you're looking around. You're not necessarily, like, keeping your eyes on anyone in specific. You're just trying to, like, follow where you think he might be. And you end up basically on the other side of your home again. Similarly to how you were, like, basically to the guest area of your home at the current moment. And you find, Bulbit is not necessarily surrounded by family members, but he is, because he is, like, the head of the family and kind of holds that position of power. There are people in the room with him as he's just kind of relaxing by a fire pit, enjoying the warmth compared to the outside of the cold winter landscape beyond the mountain. He sees you both approach. It's very easy to do so, considering that Redwood is 6 feet tall in a sea of, like, 4 to 5 feet tall people.
and with a glowing arm and a glowing fox trailing
Yeah.
behind him.
He's got a lot going on here that kind of makes him stand out compared to everybody else.
Just really quickly, is there a last name I should be using if I'm trying to be formal?
Just say, sir.
Well, no. If I need to be intimidating, I need a second name.
Why would you need to be?
Don't.
Why would you need
don't
to be
be
intimidated?
intimidating. We're just
Dealing
trying
with
to
people.
tell them.
Well, yes, we can start off nice, but if I need to be intimidating, I can do magic.
Why would you want to do?
Jizzle's
a
just
magic
gonna
class?
stare up to Redwood for a quick second before rolling his eyes and walking forward.
Fine,
Bulbit, sir.
sorry.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it seems we have been tasked to go hunt for something within the mountains, and I wish to postpone the wedding till we get back.
Bulbit looks at you. Oh god, everything's falling apart on my microphone. Hang on. Bulbit looks to you, Chisel, and then looks to your incredibly tall friend next to you and goes, "What were you tasked to go and find, if you don't mind me asking?"
The goddess Ithis has tasked us with slaying a dragon.
Bulbit looks to you, Redwood. Roll me an insight check.
What is your... Could I roll an insight as well?
If you would like to roll an insight, you may.
Okay.
One.
Not 20.
Ah. Chisel, Redwood, you quickly recognize a man who does not like it when the person who he is addressing does not answer him, and someone else answers for him. He asked you the question. He was not requesting Redwood to answer. This is a man of authority, and someone has dared to speak up for someone else in a manner that he does not particularly like.
As my friend has stated, a god has tasked us to go find and destroy a corrupted dragon. Now, I don't know if we'll be able to, if we succeed. It is what we have been tasked to, and I hope not to anger the gods.
Olbit looks to you two incredulously, clearly trying to determine any falsehoods within your words. He stills for a moment as he looks at the two of you and goes, "Go away."
Go away.
My mom just comes in and starts messing with me. I'm streaming! Not she. God damn it! He looks to the two of you and goes, "The goddess herself asked you and tasked you to go and hunt a dragon."
Yes.
Chisel, with that nat 20 insight, there is
I'm not hiding anything.
No. This is more you reading on him at the moment.
Oh, okay. I thought he rolled a nat 20 and just...
No.
Okay, I'm not hiding
No.
anything.
With your nat 20 insight on Bulbit, you quickly recognize, particularly the look. This is a man who is used to people listening to him. When he demands something, he's used to getting his way. He is the leader of his family. And at the current moment, he also technically has a chokehold on yours. And I don't think that sits right with you.
I'm
Oh,
currently taking orders from a higher being than even him. I do not care.
right. But I think there's something that doesn't sit right with you in terms of the fact that this man is here demanding things from you and your family in a way that you are not used to, especially after being away for so many years. And there is definitely a moment that you see something. You can't.
Could I roll to try to see what it is?
Actually, if you could join me in the back room, that would be
Yes,
fantastic.
Give me 1 second. Food has arrived.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Take your time.
For the purpose of stream, shouldn't we go to the back rooms?
Actually, yeah, if you two could just wait into the back rooms, I will have, I will message the group chat whenever we're all set and done, but...
Back in a moment.
Well, we can just. I was about to say we just hang out and chat until Brian gets back. Don't want any dead air.
He's already gone. Motherfucker just left.
I know he's already gone. I know he's already just woo
Good
out
luck.
of there. All right, Brian's back. See ya.
I'm back. Bye-bye.
They're heading into the back rooms. We're just gonna stay here. Okay. You look at this man. Something that you quickly pick up that Redwood obviously doesn't in this moment is that
He
this
has ulterior motives.
you have a feeling that between both putting the connections between like the conversation that you had heard with him speaking to someone the one day and the way he's reacting now, I think you realize that his motives go beyond just simply having the marriage succeed and go through. He is plotting something, but as for what, I do not think you can tell. And that very notion, I think, worries you to an extent.
I don't think it would.
Oh.
I don't think it would worry me. It would enrage me. Because he has ulterior motives that could endanger my family. And how I've been playing Chisel is he is a family man. He will do anything for his family.
Of course. So, I guess my question to you is, what do you do? Like, I would say this is, in your mind, more of a, like... I guess asking what do you do would be the wrong question. I would think that this is more of a... This is now being slotted away for you to know for later. But you can tell that he is up to something, and it doesn't sit right.
Well, I'm gonna do a rebellious teenager thing, turn around, and just walk away.
Oh!
Ignore any calls, anything, and going straight to my father, my grandmother, and my mother, and telling them exactly what I need.
Okay.
Everything.
You turn...
And I'm going to drag Redwood along.
Okay, so if you would be so kind as to go and grab the chuckle fucks in the back room.
Yep. Texted. Now we wait.
Redwood.
Rah. Uh-oh.
You stand in this room with these two... with a bunch of people from the Bulbit family around you. Chisel on your left. Or no, on your right. Shrub on your left. trying to make sure the situation remains calm, and you see, I think with your 21 insight from before, you see Chisel recognize something that results in him turning around sharply and leaving. Instantly.
Redwood is going to use a message. Just a real quick shot with his fingers in Chisel's direction discreetly. What are we doing?
He's planning something, hiding something, and I'm going
Should
to
I
find
threaten
out
him?
what. No. He is a current. I don't know what he's doing, but he currently has my family in a hold that I do not like, and I will find out. But I need to warn my family and make sure they are prepared for whatever is to come.
All right.
But now,
And
please come follow me.
I speak to Bulbit. Thank you for your time. We will be headed out in a few days' time. And Redwood turns about to follow after Chisel.
I think before you leave Redwood, Chisel is already kind of gone far away. You hear behind him, or behind you, you hear him speak. My regards to your goddess. You leave. Seven.
Yeah.
You are preparing for the biggest hunt of your life.
Yeah. So first thing he does is, using pretty much the equivalent of a short rest, make an immunogen.
Okay.
Specifically that of celerity, which will increase my dexterity.
Okay. You go about making the mutagen under the occasional words of "don't be an idiot, use this instead" sort of words of Barun in your head. And it's just... roll me an insight check on yourself, and then roll me a deception check real quick.
I'm sure you're glad.
You take a moment as you're preparing. This is both probably... what's the best way to kind of describe in this moment the thing that you realize? This entire journey so far for you has been just one big thrill ride after the other. You've been fighting undead, trolls, beasts that you didn't even know existed on this plane. You're learning of gods and monsters, of a magical disease that is rooted in the land and throughout all of the things that are living within Umaria. I think in this moment, you've been just so focused on getting each and every thrill that you can every single day. But I think at this moment you realize this is... if two gods are sort of trying to figure out an end goal for a being who played a massive role in the creation of the worlds, what exactly is going on behind the scenes while you're here in the material plane fighting for every living being's survival? What has them so shaken that they themselves are breaking rules more often than what was considered to be allowed, that got Ithis, of all gods, in trouble?
As he's making the mutagen, Devich kind of almost to himself, bloody hell, are we gonna have to kill a god?
Rune kind of releases a rumble in your mind. He doesn't make any sort of form that you can see as he speaks to you. He just grumbles and goes, I don't see that being a possibility.
I mean, technically I've met two already in physical forms, and, well, if it bleeds, it can die.
Yes, but he kind of, there's like a pause of silence as he tries to think of a way to describe this. This whole situation is complicated and bizarre, and it feels like we're further away from discovering any sort of truth that may lead to an inkling as to what's causing this.
Hey, but if we keep moving forward, we'll find it.
I do have to ask you, Theven,
Hey, what is it?
what will you do in the end when you find the thing that you need to kill is a lot stronger than you anticipated?
Fight. I'll find a way, and if I can't, I'll die trying.
He just lets out a single hum of acknowledgement at your statement. Almost non-committal, but you can just tell that he is at least somewhat satisfied with your answer. Even though his approval is not something that you particularly look for.
Yeah.
Beirun approves.
Never just give a shit.
Literally every single moment that Seven has with Barun is going to have a fucking aneurysm. Like, that's all that shows up.
Honestly, if Faye could have that, he would probably already have one.
Barun just has a stroke right in the middle of everything.
Right in the middle of combat while he's controlling Jared and just dies.
But I'd say we're gonna take a bit of a time jump here. Well, actually, no. We're gonna Chisel's parents.
Yes.
Chisel, you find your parents. Specifically, your dad is working with your uncles, doing basically their regular daily duties of gathering the stone of the mountain and carving blocks of it away for what they do best in their trade and stuff like that. And your father is clearly very much into it today. He's like hefting his pickaxe more than normal. He is taking the initiative a little bit more than he usually does in terms of things like this. And I think there's like a moment in this sort of space here where you're like, this is home, this is my family. And there's a man several corridors away who wants to disrupt the peace that my family has spent generations building. And you surge forward and approach your father. And he sees you, he stops what he's personally doing, but instructs the others to keep working as he sets his pickaxe down and looks at you, clocks your emotions that you have written on your face the moment that you step in, clocks Redwood and his tension, and
But
crosses
I
his
have
arms.
a question.
What's up?
I don't think Chisel would actually be trying to show his emotions, especially in front of everyone.
I think it's more of a he's your father, and he gets that. And he kind of picks up on it. Unfortunately, we can try and hide our emotions from our parents. It just doesn't happen.
Not sure about you.
Well, not all of us have a mask that's impenetrable, okay? We are sometimes bad liars, so screw yourself. But your dad notices this sort of... I think also the fact that you are trying to hide your emotion is also kind of a bit of a giveaway, because you're more of like you're very much in tune with yours. And the fact that you're trying to put on like this blank mask facade, he's like, okay, something's up. He puts his pickaxe down, crosses his arms, looks at you. His expression is serious, and you can tell that he's instantly listening to whatever you have to say.
Really quickly, Redwood is going to pass Chisel the item we discussed a little bit.
But I wish to talk to you.
He looks around, he goes, in private or?
With mother and grandmother.
He nods and goes,
It is about our guests.
you watch your father's face darken at this notion and goes, I will get your mother. I will have one of your uncles fetch your grandmother. Meet us in the kitchen. And
No, not the kitchen. The garden.
He nods, heads off, says something to an uncle as he passes by, who quickly nods and heads off to your grandmother and go and get her. And my question for you is, do you take Redwood with you when speaking to your parents and your grandmother, or do you ask him to like do this on your own?
This is going to turn to Redwood and stare blankly at him because he doesn't have a charge of his headband before doing a full 90-degree bow in front of him, thanking him for his help and what he has given him.
I will offer you one more gift for your own family's privacy. Redwood is going to wait until everyone gets to the garden, and I'm going to use plant growth to grow plants around the door frame, blocking it off, and I'm going to stand guard.
How long does plant growth take?
Plant growth, if I use it fast and in the way that's not, enriching the land, is just an action.
Got it. Okay. Chisel, you step in to the garden. It's just your mother, your father, your grandmother, who is sitting in a wooden chair that had been brought out for her. The minute that you pass through the threshold to the outside where the garden is, vines and ivy shoot up from the ground and completely close off that space in a tight way that prevents anyone from making any way through, as you hear the footsteps of Redwood stand in front of the doorway as a sentry for this conversation that you were about to have. Chisel, your father, Brent, and your mother, Brenda, and your grandmother, Maria, are all standing in front of you, waiting to hear what you have to say in terms of news regarding the people that you currently have in your home.
Chisel now finally alone with basically the closest family he has now just starts to shake. Rage rippling through his very soul as he explains everything he has clocked, heard, seen, every single detail.
Your father listens. Your father and your mother are two very different sides of the same coin when it comes to their emotions. Your father is very much vocal in his anger, very much reactive. Your mother, you know her as a typically calm woman, no matter the situation. And the silent rage that fills her being, you watch as something in that moment just snaps. Her family has been put in danger. And this is an anger you haven't seen in years.
Literally.
Literally.
But it's
Um, your grandmother remains silent as your parents sort of take in this information. Your grandmother then looks to you, Chisel, and goes, "You must go and fight all around, Chisel."
How did you know his name?
Your grandmother just smiles at you.
I really need to learn your stories, don't I?
You need to listen to me just a little bit more than you do.
Hey, at least I listen to you more than the others.
Mm. She looks to you and she looks at you and says, "We will handle things here. You needn't worry. But you must go."
Redwood has given this family, and Chisel holds out the wand of fireballs.
No way! All right. You hand your parents
Father.
your father.
My
okay.
father.
You hand your father the wand of fireballs, and he goes, "What is it? What does it do?"
It makes stuff go boom.
When you activate it, it will spew fire. It will spew dragon fire and hellfire combined to wither away the enemies before us.
Your father nods, pockets the wand, hiding it away in his clothes. "We will use this as a last resort, but we appreciate the safety."
It is a plan. Yes,
"We will help you and your companions prepare for the journey ahead. But once you leave, we cannot help you beyond."
I know that. That was the terms on my first leave. I just want. I just. I don't want my family to get hurt anymore. If that means we have to close off ourselves from the rest of the world, I will gladly stay away just so you guys can be safe.
Your mother puts a hand on your shoulder, smiling at you, and goes, "We have been separated from the rest of the world for a long enough time already. I think it's time that such things change, potentially, in the future. Maybe not now, but soon. But it's definitely... We appreciate your warning, and we understand that you need to leave." Your grandmother then speaks up and goes, "Chisel, my dear, come here for a moment."
Just going to walk over and basically kneel in front of her, placing his hands into hers.
You put your hands in your grandmother's, and you feel, the moment that you do, you feel your hand come in contact with something that's resting in her palm. As she turns your hand over and gives something to you.
What is this?
Did
I can't see it.
If
These drinks.
you feel a decent-sized weight of something in your hand, it is cool to the touch and smooth. It is not a gun.
What if?
No,
Not-
Jared already kind of made one of those.
Not yet. Way too
It's
early
more
for
than
that.
RPG.
Obviously, again, you can't see it, but you now have something very important within your grasp. Your mother said, and your grandmother says to you, "This will allow you to call upon our ancestors, should you need their aid."
Did I? What does it feel like? Like a ring, a stone?
It feels like a pretty hefty stone in your hand, but again, it's smooth and cool.
And technically, I don't see what it is. It's
Nope.
just a feeling.
It's just a feeling. You want to constantly talk about how you can't see shit, so I'm not going to describe shit to you.
I know. But this is going to be fun. Because I don't know what I'll have to do to activate it. Throw it down onto the floor, just
Your
hold it in my hand and squeeze.
your grandmother looks to you and gives you a hug, and as she hugs you, she whispers into your ear, "When the time comes, simply say, 'Oh family, my family, I call upon your aid.'" AC, fuck off. Motherfucker's muted and making like charade suck fucking things over here.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Has no one else seen that movie?
Suck my nuts.
It's a good movie.
Anyways.
But Chisel's just going to smile before leaning up and kissing your cheek.
She smiles at you. Gives your shoulder a gentle squeeze. And then lets you go.
I will be back. I never can stay away from you.
She nods. And that concludes Chiseled's meeting.
As people start reapproaching the vines, he's going to bring them down, and just so no one can sense their approach, he's going to cast a Pass Without Trace.
Excellent.
I don't know how espionage we need to be, but I want to be over that.
Fair enough. You cast Pass Without a Trace on Chisel's family and Chisel himself as everyone passes through the doorway. Now, we're gonna go ahead.
Clearly see Chisel walking with a different vibe, so to say.
Yeah, he definitely feels different. We're gonna go ahead and skip forward a few days. You all are outside of the Havard home. On the map,
We get to move.
Yes, welcome to the other. Oh, it is now the not rise. It will not rise. It is not bread.
You go. You stand outside the Havard home, seeing. There's not like necessarily a crowd of people here. It's first light. The young ones are still sleeping. The elderly are still sleeping. It's mostly like your parents, your aunts and uncles. Some of your aunts and uncles are here. They are handing you supplies and anything else that you may potentially need for the road.
How many rations did we get?
You guys
I was prepping Goodberry.
similar to when you guys were in Flexath, even though the journey to where you need to go is shorter, you will get 15 days worth of rations.
Good. We were on 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys get completely like replenished and then even over that.
Is there like a max stack of rations? We don't play enough with rations.
64.
64 Minecraft rules. Everything is Minecraft rules in here. No, I think it's
I kinda
technically
think like 20.
no, it's 10, but I'm saying fuck that and putting 15.
It's not like we really need them with Goodberry.
No, but you are still being given them.
Yes.
Redwood could die.
Redwood could die, that is true.
If Redwood dies, everyone dies.
Redwood did get his
Like-
arm ripped off.
The thing is, think about it. Would you rather have a bland little berry or a nice home cooked meal by your mom?
The problem with that is it's not a home cooked meal. It's
Home cooked.
literally just jerky. And
Also, you guys don't know how to cook. We have
No.
established that none of you cook.
Oh, wait, no. Devin cooks what he kills.
You turn it to jerky. That's
Yeah.
not the same.
you don't
It's
know how to
making food.
cook actual meals. You know how to
Preserve.
preserve and cook them ready to eat. Like, you know how to set them on a fire and just let them brown, basically.
It's
That's-
still cooking.
There's a difference between knowing how to cook for survival and knowing how to gourmet cook.
When you think about it, cooking is chemistry. Mutations is chemistry. Devin, I could try to cook.
You could.
Your chemistry is balls of goo.
And
Don't
it
do
worked.
that with pork.
Just down.
Moving on for the sake of time here. You all begin your journey. Everyone waving goodbye to you as you exit the home. It is silent here. The wind blocked by the mountains themselves. Rocky. There's almost no vegetation here. Any paths that have been made are gravel and treacherous.
Covered in snow.
Yeah,
Wait, Red,
and it's freezing. It's also freezing cold.
wait, Redwood, do you know how far away this cave is? Or the dragon is?
Would either Redwood or Chisel know how far?
Chisel, definitely not. Redwood, if you would like, you know for a fact that you are not heading to his lair. But if you would be so kind as to roll me a survival check. 25.
25.
Excellent. With that 25, you think for a moment. You got a couple days worth of travel. 4 at max. But
Now,
We travel mostly south,
Hey, and for how many
falling
days?
between the ridges of the mountain.
actually you travel north.
What the fuck?
You travel further northward.
I was trying to follow the boundaries of the map. My bad.
Nice.
Hey, and how many days is that gonna be? But if we
Redwood says we travel south and then points northward.
Shrub
Hey,
immediately
so which way is it?
Shrub immediately just kind of leaps up onto her
That's
hind
south.
legs, grabs you by your hand with her teeth, and gently just kind of like goes that way
directs
and
it to the
goes-
right direction.
and she's like,
Well, you said we're traveling north, so I did point in the right direction. I just called it south.
"You did okay." So Shrub looks at you and goes, "That's not right."
But the sun... Is
Hey,
eighth
Vlad,
of what?
that's north.
We're going
we are
that
way
way.
Alright.
You're pointing
It
north.
looks about right to me.
You can't see.
Thank you, Chisel.
So, your embarrassment aside, how long do you think it would take us to get there if we went by how the crow flies?
Which crow?
Stop.
Well, I probably
How
4 or
fast does
5
a
days.
sparrow fly?
I'm gonna
Hey,
bite your
Is it
ankles.
African or European?
Oh my god. Can
Wait,
we
it's 4 or
move,
5.
please?
I thought DM said 4 or 5 days walk.
It's a
So it
4
should
to
be shorter
it's like about 4 to 5 days or so. Yes,
by walking.
I walk.
I'm asking by flight.
Huh?
Why?
7. I can't get everybody to fly.
Hey, no, but I got this as I pulled out the figurine of the griffin.
Okay, but that only lasts a couple of hours.
That's
May
so
I remind
pretty.
you?
I know 6 hours, but hey, 6 hours flying is still a great distance traveled.
That is true.
Like, I can get from Orlando to Miami in like an hour by flight.
That's true. Okay,
Yeah, but
so
that's with a commercial airplane.
that's true. This is
A Griffin has a fly speed of 80.
Hey, that's much better
That
than
is
my
just
25.
barely 2 times.
Yeah, but also consider this: if we walk, we have to go by the mountain's levitation, or not elevation, as well as any twists and turns that we might come across.
how about
By
this?
flight, it's just a straight shot.
How about this? Here's what we're gonna do. First off, Redwood, you see him pull out this figurine and go, but what if we use this? Please roll me an
No!
Please roll me an Arcana
That's-
check.
That's a rock, 7.
That's a
No,
rock.
no. It's a griffin.
21. He
What
says
does a griffin look like?
he says it's a griffin. Redwood, you look at this and you're like, wait a minute.
Oh no.
Seven.
He's not bullshitting. He is being this thing has magic in it.
7, where'd you get that?
I made it.
7.
Yeah, I did the big brain juice with one of my mutagens, and I kind of came up with this. I'm not sure how I did it. I don't know quite the rules, but I do know it'll grow, and we can ride it.
You made your brain bigger, and you still thought it was a good idea to make more fucking magic items.
The brain cells the brain cells rub together. It doesn't mean that they rub faster. There's just more added to the pile.
Somehow, in a single swoop of your hand, I now trust you less than Chisel.
No, trust me. Look as I place it down.
That's actually saying a lot.
You place it down. You say the activation words. There
What are the
is.
words?
I honestly did not come up with them.
No.
I mean, I made it. I guess I would
It-
have to come up with the words.
Jared has to come up with the words since he's activating it. What are the words, Jared?
Jared is setting the standards of all golem creation in the next era of D&D.
Oh, so let's see.
Think wisely.
So Thevin kind of cups his hands and goes,
You make a bird noise? That's your
Yes.
that's your word of activation?
yes, cool, essentially.
Do me a favor.
Yeah.
Roll me the intelligence.
Okay.
You just set the standard for the next millennia.
That's a 7.
You think it's gonna work, and you stand there for a minute. Nothing happens.
Right. That was
Hey,
an L.
Redwood?
Maybe.
What just happened?
I think he's trying to create an activation code for a magical item.
Right.
They have to
Sorry.
have intent, Bevan.
Hey, yeah. It's
Magic requires thought, not just making children's sound effects.
Aye, there's thought behind Netku. Oh, I get it now. It's Griffin's eagle head, an eagle screech. I'm not
No.
gonna do it now because of audio, but Thevin mimics the call of an eagle as in like arise, essentially. But in eagle screech.
Another intelligence, please.
I think that's performance.
You know what? Yeah, let's do performance.
Okay.
Just is that how magic usually works?
We're about to find out.
Do you have to make noises, Redwood, when you activate Shrub?
No, Shrub activates more of a soul intention. A traditional magic item would require an intentful thought or word, like something that creates water. You would shout water, or activate, or power, or awaken. Not scream at it.
Roll me that
better.
performance there, 7.
He did.
I already
You
did.
got an 18.
It's an 18.
Oh, what the fuck? Why is it not showing up on... Okay, that was weird. It wasn't showing up on the thingy. You do your best to make a call out that matches that of a creature you have never encountered before.
An eagle?
Would be in the mountains. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
it's not too far off to say like eagles are in the night at rise.
sure.
They're
You-
not. It's
you-
just you think so.
You think so? You call out. You try to you mimic this eagle. It's a great eagle call.
Hey Redwood, should we
Yes?
just like start walking and leave him to what he's doing?
And we're going to keep moving. If you want to hold this, carry this, and figure it out along the way, we'll find out.
Hey. I pick this out as I pick it back up and I start looking at it. Like, did I leave a note or something? Did I write it down somewhere?
You just hear Baboon go, you cannot just simply scream at something and expect it to work.
It wasn't just screaming. Jeez, why do you guys think every voice out of my mouth is just mindless gobbledygook?
Because it normally is.
I knew it's thought out, planned, and purposeful.
We
Uh-huh.
can't hear Baroon, but we kind of know what he's talking about.
We can tell by his facial expressions.
Not even facial expressions, because Steven's still like no connection between mental and real talking out loud when talking to Baroon. So the one-sided conversation.
Redwood. He's gone
think
around
he
the
needs
bend,
help.
hasn't he?
Okay. Seven, come here.
What's it?
Seven,
I,
I'm going to teach you how to work with magic. All right? I don't
alright.
I don't like this idea, but we're going to try it, okay? Redwood is going to put his hand on Seven's back and he's going to start manipulating his own magic, sort of through Seven to enhance senses.
Okay.
I don't have a specific spell for this.
I would say roll me just a basic arcana here.
Not that I won.
Are you serious?
11.
Okay.
No.
I was about to be like, what?
Magic Boy fails.
Magic Boy fails. You start weaving your magic through Seven as best as you can. And in doing so, you kind of just you swirl it around, you give intent to Seven's magic more than what he would have had if he was doing this completely on his own.
See, what you're
And-
doing is you're picturing the connection of nature to an eagle. What you need to be focusing on is your own magical connection when you created the item. You focus on the core of the item and the word will move towards you. It's not your own creation, it is forming within you. Breathe into it, speak it, and believe it. It is intention.
Hey.
Ah,
Alright.
You
Come to me, mother.
It needs a name. This is a creature you're creating. It needs something for you to call it by. You're calling it into existence from wherever it comes from. So you can't just shout for it. You need to name it.
Well, so thinking of a name,
Uh,
Dev's gonna flash back a bit to his childhood here. To
Oh
when
no.
He found a baby blue jay wounded on the ground, and he was young before he started hunting. And he nursed it back to health. And it was like his best friend for a good chunk of his childhood. And one day he had to let it go and be free, as that was a lesson of nature. But when he did have that blue jay, he called it Sea Breeze.
You
That's
now the question to my question to you is, do you call it Sea Breeze in common, or do you call it Sea Breeze in Elvish?
say it in common.
I honestly think Elvish would have more importance.
But this is not your magic
It's
item.
not me.
You
Seven has traveled around the continent for so long. He's had to talk to so many different people. I feel like common has become more natural to him than Elvish at this point.
you reach in, allow Redwood's magic to flow through you, and in doing so, call and surge that magic forward into the palms of your hands where the griffin stone rests. You whisper the name to the stone of Seabreeze. And as you move, and as you walk, the stone in your palm shakes, vibrates, and heats up to the point that you have to drop it.
Oh, fuck, everyone back up as I place it down.
You all back up to as this thing rumbles and falls to the ground out of Theven's palm. And from it, a powerful creature emerges. Big feathers, massive wings, eagle head that descends down into brown fur, a proud beak that cries out, front paws of that of an eagle, back paws of that of a lion with a tail, large in stature and size and power, as it cries out, looks to the three of you.
Yes! Seabreeze, my boy! As Seven goes to pet the beak.
Seabreeze kind of does like a soft cawing noise. It just kind of like roughly nuzzles into your chest. This thing's like head is about the size of like your top half of your torso. Like he knocks you slightly. He's big. You just hear
See, I
Barun.
told you it'd work.
You just hear Barun in your head speak. I can't believe that actually worked.
Ah, you doubted me. You never doubted Seven.
I have multiple instances of proof that proves that I have every right to doubt Seven, but we're gonna ignore that for now. Seabreeze looks to the three of you, knowing your intent from when you had summoned him, gets down onto kind of like crouching on all four of its legs and bends its like wing to provide elevation for all of you to climb up onto its back.
Seven immediately hops on in the driving seat. Alright, lads, let's fly.
Grub then goes, how am I supposed to get on this thing?
Hey,
You ride me.
Aye. Redwood gets on. Redwood holds you like a little bear.
Grub kind of uses this massive creature to climb up onto your shoulders, Redwood, and makes herself comfortable as she normally does. She also now acts as like extra heat, so you will not be making constitution saving throws while in the air against the cold because of this. Everyone else.
We are in the mountains and higher elevation.
Yes, the air is about to become considerably thinner, as once you're all on, this creature...
Where am I supposed to hold?
Hold on to Redwood.
I think what's gonna end up happening is it's gonna be Theven, Chisel, Redwood, and basically Chisel, you're gonna get caged in by these two elves. so you don't like fly away.
I'm not going to like this
You
at all.
you all hold on as you are basically on like this plateau, sort of like cliff face, similar to the one where you fought the ice and stone golem from before. And this thing prepares itself, it like shakes its feathers, it gets used to the feel and the weight of you all on its back, sets its on its like all of its four legs onto the ground, and then starts charging towards the cliff. And
Yippee-ki-yay, sea breeze! Yippee-ki-yay!
as it charges the cliff, it does not instantly start flapping its wings. It nosedives off, and just feet before it hits the ground, it spreads its wings out, and with a mighty cry of an eagle that's similar to that of a beastly roar, brings itself up into the air. So what the camera sees is it sees all three of you screaming in a mix of fear and joy disappear off the edge of the cliff before a blur of brown movement mixed with all of your clothes and your colors flies upward into the clear sky and over snow-capped peaks as Seabreeze begins to move and fly.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Um,
Do not throw up on my bird!
Seabreeze
Redwood's gonna keep a levitate prepared.
Okay. Seabreeze only lasts for how long again? Seabreeze is only 6 hours, right?
Yeah, 6 hours. But with 6 hours, we can make some great time.
You all, with Seabreeze, flight, and mighty wings, you all clear miles and miles of distance that would have taken you forever on foot. My question to you, Seven. Do you think Seven would know that there's a limit to Seabreeze?
If Thevin didn't know, I feel like Seabreeze would, considering he is the magical item. So he knows, like, oh hey, I'm about to run out of power here, and friendly towards
It's
us.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think
So Seabreeze would eventually just on his own land.
yeah, so Seabreeze 6 hours in after basically cuts down your trip in like half for the most part, landing on a pass before gently like letting you all quickly get off before the form basically shrinks into itself and turns back into that stone shape before plinking softly to the ground.
Thevin goes, picks it up, sees like 5 little red indicators aglow. It's like, all right, you rest up now. Good job.
How long until you can use that again?
If I'm reading these right, it's more to me. This is an indicator that it's going to be 5 days until Seabreeze can, fly again.
All right.
That cut
Then
down our
we'll
trip
be
significantly, though.
Absolutely.
See? And you guys were worried.
What's up, Chisel?
Should Chisel make a con save?
Yeah,
That's the first time he was ever in the air.
I think this all applies for everyone. Everyone make a con save to see if you don't, like, get sick or nauseous, and then I'm gonna need Chisel and Seven to make another con save to see how badly affected by the cold and everything you are.
Honestly, not bad.
Could
Okay.
I have ignited shrub
You would
in flight heating?
if you wanted to, I did say that you didn't have to make a con save already for the cold because she is naturally pretty warm.
I know. Myself, fine, but if I ignited shrub, would I be able to help the others?
No.
Probably not. It
You-
would be too fast.
It would be too fast. You were also taller and the last person sitting on the griffin.
So
Okay.
my constitution save for the motion sickness was a 3. So Thevin's like, you could have trusted.
Yeah, Seven, you like just instantly you get on your feet and you're like on your knees vomiting from this.
It's just let it-
Chisel,
Totally worth it.
Chisel, you managed to keep the contents of your breakfast down. A little queasy, but you're fine. Redwood, You already
Redwood
rolled
made a
that.
19 for nausea and doesn't have the cold, so Redwood's just like watching these poor fools.
Yeah, you're just like, okay, well, this is unfortunate. But you're all back on solid ground once more, and you continue your path, your journey, on foot from here on out. Actually finding it to be a little bit more relieving now that you are on the solid ground instead of in the air.
I will never complain about traveling ever again.
It's fine. We just gotta get used to it, you know?
Says the person who can see.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit more jarring considering the fact that Chisel can't see, so he is getting like a full sense, like he's feeling everything a little bit more extremely than everybody else is.
I'd rather ride an ox again than that.
7, you do take 2 points of cold damage from elevation and from the biting wind.
Hey, it's a little nippy out, ain't it?
No.
It's
Redwood's gonna keep
winter.
people up with cure wounds.
Okay, it's winter in the mountains, guys, and you're
No,
not
don't-
wearing sleeves.
Casey, don't waste a cure wound. Good berry.
Oh,
It does heal a D4 plus, I think, 3.
well, he'll have to wait till dinner then.
I think actually he only heals 1 HP point, but either way, I only took 2 damage.
Yeah, but I will say night falls after some time. You all make yourselves comfortable, relaxed as you can in the cold storm weather, or in the cold winter. Do you guys take watch? I need to know the order of the watch.
I'm feeling the most fine after the Griffin ride, so I will take first watch.
Yeah, then I'll take my 4 hours trance and then be up the rest of the night.
Okay. You all set up camp, Shrub acting as the constant fire source. It's calm, for the most part. Redwood, roll me a perception check.
$18.
You are deep in the mountains here. There are a lot more animals and things up here, like goats and the like here.
Farther away from the Havard family, mostly.
Yeah. But something about this place feels... You feel like you're being watched. You look around, and then you see deep, gouged claw marks in the stone. Not too far from you, and where you all have set up camp. If you'd like, roll me a nature check.
$13.
Your hands caress these claw marks. The claw marks are a couple inches longer than your own hand. Please don't.
You said caress, so...
Yeah, but don't do that in your microphone. But you press your hands against the claw marks to get an idea of its size. These claw marks are big. They're not small by any means. And you hear it before you see it. A deep growling rumble, a clicking of a beak, the rustling of feathers and fur as something heavy stalks towards you.
Redwood is going to use a wild shape and become a black bear.
A black bear. You
Just something much larger than himself.
become bigger, larger, more threatening. Are you attempting to intimidate whatever it is that's approaching you in this moment?
Yes, because most creatures will avoid something that makes itself bigger, that becomes larger than it.
Roll me
I don't know the exact creature.
roll me an intimidation check.
Honestly, from what the description is, it could be a griffin.
+1. Ew. Ew. 10.
It's a 10.
You
Wait. Shouldn't he use the black bears?
you should be using the black bear stats.
Because I think they have like a +3.
Well, it's charisma. That's
It-
mine. I use its physical stats. I use my own mental stats.
Right.
And intimidation's charisma.
So you stand on your back legs, making yourself taller. You roar out, but it doesn't have the same effect. You're a little uneasy. Things have been weird, especially after the Griffin ride. You're not feeling 100% there. As this lumbering form, large black eyes, the face of an owl, and the body of a bear.
It's an owl bear.
I became a bear.
You became a bear, and this thing is an owl bear. You sniff the air, however, with that 18 perception check. You realize there's not one, but two. A female and her mate.
Why must you do this to us?
Because it's funny.
Your
And
problem.
It's really not.
it wouldn't
I'm
be
gonna
an
use my connection with Shrub to have her start waking people.
Okay, you mentally link with Shrub. Shrub immediately perks her head up, sees what's happening, immediately goes over to each of these two, to Thevin and Chisel, and just instantly, like, loudly yips in both their ears to get them to wake up.
Oh, yeah. What's going on? Devin looks around.
You look around.
You see just fucking giant black bear Redwood on all fours, puffed up, looking in a direction.
Yeah, I think from where you're sitting right now, Thevin and Chisel, you're not exactly 100% sure what you're seeing, but you do see Redwood. You see a bear that isn't making any moves to attack you and in fact has its back to you, so you know it's your companion. You also see a panicked Shrub, hackles raised, ears flat to her head, tail between her legs, as eyes that glow from the fire pit nearby take in 3 sources of food.
Grabbing the bow and arrow. Oh, breakfast is here, boys.
With that, if you would all be so kind as to roll me some initiatives.
19.
Okay.
22. I would think I'd go first since my initiative's higher.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
you have alerts.
If
So
you
yeah.
have
Yeah.
your higher initiative.
I'm like, wait, how
I
is
have
just-
alert.
Yeah.
I have a +2 to Dex and a +5 to the alert.
Okay. So that is So quickly get this written down here. So it's yep, and then
Ooh.
yep, and then okay, and then it's Okay. Chisel, you are the first.
Yes.
You are the first to act.
How far away are
You guys are about 30 feet away, I'd say.
you? So, with a 25 movement speed, would I be able to reach them? Because it is a large creature.
No.
Well, that's going to be fun. But I'm still gonna hit anyways. Thanks to Frostbringer's Fury. Because if I use Impact, they have to make a DC save. So I'm going to rush forward, slamming my now frozen hammer into the ground.
Okay.
They have to make a strength save.
Okay. What do they need to be?
Everyone, 12. It's not high, it's just...
They beat it?
Okay. It is now classified as difficult terrain. And now I get to do it again.
Okay. Oh wait, are you doing it twice?
Yes.
Oh, okay. My bad. I was like,
Because it's an attack and I have 2 attacks.
Okay. One got a natural one. The other one got a... The other one passed.
Okay. Well, the one is now knocked prone. Let me roll damage. It takes 3 damage.
Okay.
And now it has to make a con save, which the DC is 12.
Fails.
Okay, it is now paralyzed till the end of my next turn.
Got it.
Because of Frostbringer's Fury.
Right.
It is now has the frozen bone effect.
Right.
His thrones are bones and
His thrones are bones.
The hollow bones are frozen.
Okay.
And now I end my turn.
Excellent.
I end my turn in attack mode.
Are you guys hearing music at all?
no.
It just ended.
It says Lord of Bones by Tabletop 0
I am refreshing.
Oh, it's raining.
Is it? I can't tell out of my window.
Oh, there we go. Now it's playing.
Not yet.
It is for me.
We may actually have. We may
Play your
actually have
cookies.
to... I'm just reloading the page. Hold on.
There we go.
Actually doesn't fit as well as what I would like for an owl bear attack.
Oh, that's good because I wasn't hearing it.
Shut up. So
Oy, oy, oy.
Chisel, what did you? Now that the music situation's fixed, what did?
One owl bear failed both the the strength save, and the con save. It is now paralyzed and prone. And it took, I think it was 3 damage? Yeah, 3 damage. And that is all that I can do without wasting a bonus action.
Got it. 7, you are up.
Yee. Time to go first. Down immunization.
Right.
So boosting my dexterity. And it's time to shoot a bear. The owlbear specifically.
Don't shoot me.
I was gonna be like, so
Oh,
you said bear. What's the specifics?
would he have advantage?
It depends on which owl. He is not shooting the paralyzed one. I think he would be
Is
shooting
he?
a different one.
That's
Yeah, I
up to
think-
Jared.
Actually, that is up to Jared. Jared, do you shoot the paralyzed one, or do you shoot the one that's still moving?
I'll shoot the one still moving, because like Devin's like, hey, there's 2 targets.
One's down.
One's down currently, so that's not an immediate threat. Take out the immediate threat.
Okay, so you hit that one.
Why are you showing a white square? Huh?
What's going on?
Nothing. It's just I have it on dark mode, and it's showing just a white square for Devin's attacks instead of the normal black one.
We'll
Go
figure
back
out
and
the crap.
toggle dark mode.
I don't know where it is.
Settings, personalization, and display.
Okay, so that is a total of 11 damage, and that is your gimmick. So, are you anything else?
I use my bonus action and drink my mutagen, so yeah, that's it.
All right. Redwood, it's your go.
I'm going to go for the one that is down. I can't do magic stuff because I
Oh.
chose to be there. But I do have a multi-attack.
Okay.
Yikes.
That is not going to hit.
Okay.
Well, if it's prone,
no,
you have
you ha-
advantage.
You have advantage.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah. So the second roll becomes that advantage then. 13.
The 13 hits it.
13 hits. Okay. And so bite attack is a d6 plus 2. So 6 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then I've got the multi-attack. Okay, 23 to hit for the second. And then
That'll hit.
that one is 2d4. 8 damage. Redwood just pulls up behind Chisel, and as soon as Chisel knocks it down, Redwood is going for the melee, trying to dig at this creature.
Okay.
I just realized we never established that they were actually hostile. They could have been passing by, but we're like, Owlbear! Yeah.
Well, it
Immediate
growled at
aggression.
us. It growled at us. And
And
we
Devin
weren't
really-
doing
Yeah.
anything.
Here's the thing: even if you didn't, Red
Devin was
Shrub.
awake.
Well, Shrub woke me up, panicked. I see beasties, breakfast.
Speaking of, what does Shrub do?
I cannot activate Shrub while I'm a bear. And
So
I
does
don't
she-
think Shrub is going to go for something 10 times her size.
Yeah, no, so Shrub goes, "You guys got this!" and just, like, runs off to a corner somewhere to, like, let you handle it.
Runs into my tent.
And it is now the Owlbear's turn. The one that's not paralyzed, obviously. Okay. Oh.
No.
17 plus 7,
24.
That is 24.
24. And then 17. So, Redwood. This owlbear sees you attacking its mate and just goes in on you. Grabs you by the back of your neck with its beak, pulls, and then takes its claws and drags them across your underbelly. So you take a total of 11 piercing damage.
What does a black bear have?
And 18 slashing damage.
So 29
That
in
breaks
total.
me out of bear.
It only has 29 HP or less.
It has 19. So 10 of that damage moves to me.
All right.
And so as it grabs me and rips at me, the form dissipates and it has a hold of my robe and I slip out of it.
You slip out of your robe. You are now bare-chested in the freezing cold in the dead of night in the mountains in winter.
I think you forget who you're talking to.
You're attractive, but you're still shirtless, okay? You're still in the
No.
middle of the cold.
I am the fire.
Doesn't mean that you're immune to the cold, motherfucker.
I'm gonna get hot very quickly. In both terms.
The second owlbear can't do anything.
Debatable.
It is still paralyzed. Chisel, you are up.
Cool. Well, I believe Devin can deal with Devin and Redwood can deal with the first owlbear. So I'm going to swing at the paralyzed one.
Yep.
Hold on, I had to reload a few times, so
You're good. Take your time.
nat 20.
Holy shit. Yeah, that hits.
Kill it.
That does. Why is it making a con save? Oh right, I forgot.
You forgot to take
That's
off
for the.
that. You forgot
Yeah.
to take off the thing.
Yeah. So
Well-
ignore the con save.
Yeah.
But I'm going to hit it again with impact, and
Okay.
it automatically fails the strength save, so it's now still prone. It needs
Right.
to make that con save again.
Okay.
I forgot to roll the d6 of frost. It's 1 frost.
Okay. The 17, it passes.
Also, rule 12.
Roll 12.
Yeah,
Ooh,
grievous
make sense.
wounds! Thank you.
Grievous wounds.
Don't
So-
worry, I'm very familiar with it.
With a natural 20 as well, you get a cold shot.
I want to break its spine.
Testicles, no more.
You want to break its back. Okay.
Yes.
You slam down on the back of this thing, hitting it in the back. You hear a large crack as the owlbear screams out in pain. It's not paralyzed anymore, but it is prone. And it's angry.
I have a question.
What's up?
Is it paralyzed since I broke its back?
That's not how that works.
He gets a wheelchair.
Well,
We're not
let's use
going.
action surge.
Okay, use your action surge. Go ahead.
Attack.
Bonk.
Attacker!
Why is it not? Did I lose Wi-Fi?
Oh god. Okay,
Well,
there
you're
it is.
still here.
Okay. A nat 20 again.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to break its spine. I want to break its neck.
Okay, I'm gonna say that insta breaking it, like insta killing it like that is not. That's not the same. That's not.
Then can I break one of its kneecaps?
I don't think owlbears have kneecaps.
No, any creature that
Any
has
creature
knees-
that has legs has
gonna-
kneecaps.
I mean, that's not
Technically.
entirely true.
There is a joint there.
We'll go for
Break
the
the
knees, but there is no kneecap.
Yes, I would like to go for the knees.
Okay, go for the knees.
They do not have kneecaps.
That
What
is
are
to
you
roll a
talking
hit.
about?
Plus
7.
frost damage.
So that
Double that.
right.
So that's 26. Make that, and I'm going to use impact again, which it fails that dex save. It's now still knocked prone. Which takes another 5 damage. It has to make another con save. You gave me a combo.
Just
did
beating this poor creature
You're
while
literally
it's
just-
down.
bludgeoning this thing to death.
You gave me a combo and a big creature. What do you expect?
Okay. It succeeds the con save.
Okay.
It is not paralyzed,
No, it's not.
but you fucked it up real bad. This thing is looking bloody.
I was
And
wrong.
since
They
it
have
is
kneecaps.
What?
I was wrong. They have kneecaps.
Shut up. We're not going
And
into that.
And since it is prone, I could move freely. I'm gonna move my 25 movement back.
Great. Fuck you. Moving on.
Hey, you decided to give me 2 owlbears.
I did decide to do that. That was my first mistake. Devin,
You
your
should be
turn.
the first time I came across an owlbear in a different campaign.
The one I targeted before, targeting again as I hit it with Hunter's Mark.
Got it.
And is it possible to flank behind it? Well, I assume this is the one Redwood's also currently facing, correct?
Redwood has literally been reduced out of his bear form. He is now in his normal elven form, no longer wearing his robe, exposing his scars and everything to you.
That's not what I asked, though.
I know. What I'm saying though is that the owlbear is currently focused on what once was a big creature, now small creature. You could flank it if you so desired.
That's what I'm gonna do, so I get my little flank going with advantage. And fire.
Yeah,
19.
that'll do it.
Yeah. Right, so longbow damage, Hunter's Mark damage, favorite enemy damage, Colossal Slayer damage because it's missing health, and Hemocraft.
12,
missing health?
16, 20, yes.
Yeah, I hit it before.
Oh, okay.
That is 24, that's 31, 34 damage.
You fire another shot at this creature, and you land, and it cries out, dropping it all to all fours instead of its back legs like it was before. This creature is also looking rather bloody. Redwood, it is your turn. You are faced with a very hurt and very pissed off owlbear. On both sides. Sick.
That's only
roll-
one Scorching Ray.
Roll me damage if
I
you'd be
know.
so kind.
It's a big target.
Redwood. Casey,
Hey, Chisel. Take
I'm behind Redwood. You cannot do that.
7. If you would be so kind as to take 11 fire damage.
I am physically behind Redwood.
You're
I
right,
am not
you're-
getting hit.
You're right, you're
I
right.
feel like Seven gets hit with it like, bloody hell! It's such a big target! How do you miss a big
I
target?
was a bear a second ago!
It was 5 feet in front of you.
Alright, natural 20.
The next one becomes a natural 20 and then 10.
So the 10 obviously doesn't hit, but the natural 20 will.
Grievance wounds?
Well, it depends on how much damage.
Scorching, right?
How much damage do you do?
Um,
Okay.
that 26 or is that 12?
26. What?
The
Yeah.
plus 7.
6 plus 7 is 13.
Well, it doesn't
Double that for.
fucking matter.
Is it dead?
It's dead.
You roasted it.
So what ends up happening is Seven and Redwood. Redwood, you immediately just like get chunked out of like torn out of your bear form and land on your feet rather messily as this massive owlbear gets shot once more close to its heart, causing it to like fall down onto its all fours, and in your panic you fire a blast, 3 separate blasts of fire, one unfortunately hitting your companion that's behind the massive creature. The other one flying somewhere off into the sky, somewhere else. And finally, the last shot catches its feathers on fire, lighting it as it starts to scream and screech, not instantly dying, but the fire continues to consume it as it no longer has the strength to fight and falls down, the body still actively burning. The other owlbear is going to use half of its movement speed to get up, seeing that its mate just fucking died right next to it, is going to go ahead and go for the closest target, which unfortunately, since Chisel backed the fuck up,
Only
leaves-
25.
but it has a movement speed of 40, and it uses half of its movement speed to get up. Yes. Yes,
I didn't
Redwood.
finish my turn.
Oh, fuck, you're right.
I'm gonna
So
use
what
my
do you
other wild shape and ignite shrub.
I also forgot to say, I forgot I have Strike the Giants, so I could have been adding more damage.
But you didn't, and we're moving on.
No, why are you being mad at me?
I am just mad at the situation. I should have put something bigger here, I'm realizing.
Shrub's gonna use a flame to see.
Great!
Is that a nat 20? No, that's a modified 20.
Well, it doesn't... Well, it doesn't fucking matter. 10 fire damage. Guess how much
Hey,
HP this
That's
mother...
not a natural 20. That's not a natural 20.
Oh, 5. Okay. I was about
It
to
has
really
10
be mad.
HP?
It has only... Okay, I'll admit, it has only 10 HP left. The other one is
Well, now
roasted.
5.
The other one only has 5 now. Oh my god.
You're about to lose all of your shit. You're like describing its actions. I'm like, I'm not done.
No,
Oops.
thank you for keeping me honest, because I honestly, my rage in that moment was just like, huh. I did this to myself. I have no one else to be angry at other than myself, but this is ridiculous. Oh my god.
I will play devil's advocate. It doesn't help that we kept rolling high. No matter what
yeah,
we
we
did,
rolled
we
incredibly high.
You guys rolled really, really well.
Yeah.
The other owlbear...
Kevin only took damage from me.
And Devin.
No, I'm saying Thevin only took damage from me.
Yeah.
The owlbear that Frub just shot gets up, pissed. Its mate just died, and a blazing inferno. The one target that had knocked it down is 25 feet away. It uses 20 of its movement speed to get up out of its 40. Unfortunately, that only leaves one possible target right in front of him. I want you to understand, Casey, I'm not trying to bully you.
No,
it's just
please, no. This is absolutely fair.
So,
Casey literally destroyed an entire owlbear by himself, basically. With 2 attacks that Devin helped with.
none of these are natural, luckily. But that's still a... That's still a 26 to hit.
Ah.
And that also means that the other one is an 18 to hit.
Which misses Redwood.
Okay. That is 15 piercing damage. And the other one...
The 18 will miss me because I use shield.
Oh, okay. Great.
You said as soon as you started rolling damage, I clicked shield. It said 26 to hit. I'm like, I've only got a 21.
Well, the
Only a 21.
The 26 was unfortunately for its second attack, which was the claws. And then the first attack, which was the 18. So you're fine for the beak, but the claws are gonna probably fuck you up.
Yeah, that's fine.
At least it's not a grievance wound.
Oh my god.
2 damage?
2 8s on the d8s plus 5.
21.
21.
Thank you. It's 21 slashing damage to you, Redwood.
Thankfully, that first one that missed. Jesus fuck.
Is it my turn?
It is your turn. You are 25
I'm
feet
I'm
away.
at 17.
I am going to bonk
Okay.
and try to just
lay
kill it,
waste.
honestly.
Just need
Put it- I'm just trying to put it out of its misery now.
Misses.
That one.
16.
Okay.
Um,
yeah, that hits.
Now,
Deal 5 damage. Please.
how do I want to do this?
Well, you need to roll damage
gotta roll
first.
damage.
Roll damage first.
4.
It's still alive.
Hold on. No, it's not, because I still have to roll the d6 for frost damage. It
There we
is dead.
go.
Okay, there you go. Now.
Barely!
Honestly, if it wouldn't have died, I would have used Hill Giant Strength and gave it another d6.
What if? Just the what if. It's like, roll a 1 on damage. 1 on damage. It's at 2 HP.
All right. So, you guys managed to kill both of these things.
Yeah.
Bodies
Alright.
fall, crumpled, one of them burning. Shrub comes out from her hidey spot, still a little bit on fire. As she goes, "Is it over yet? Are we good?"
Hey, Redwood's already got the fire cooking.
We're okay.
Okay.
Why do I smell burning?
That's the owlbear.
Hey, honestly, Chisel.
But it doesn't smell like chicken.
It's not
Well, because it's
going
not
to.
chicken.
It's mostly bear.
And besides, I figured we'd all be used to the smell of burning after traveling with Redwood for so long.
Thank you, Seven.
I still do not like that.
I don't either.
I think this is an excellent spot to call it for this session. 2 owlbears gruesomely murdered, and you don't even
Not
know.
cold blood.
And they didn't even straight up attack you. They were just looking.
Eh.
But they're both dead now. Cool.
Seven cutting
Now
with
we have
his
meat.
daggers some of the meats as it's burning, actively cooking. Like, yeah. Oh,
Roll
Here's a
con
question.
for Burns' tongue.
Kebab.
Thank you everybody so much for joining us. Episode 21 of Chronicles of Umaria, Chapter 1, Shadow Falls. We will see you next time. Goodbye.
goodbye.